Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Daniel. Today we'll build a model or a pop-up using JavaScript, HTML and CSS. Now you see here we have a button. When I click on this button, a pop-up will appear like this with a transparent background color which covers full viewport, and inside and horizontally and vertically center we can see a model. Now when I click on this cross symbol, this model and this transparent background all will disappear. Okay, click. See, this is our project. Let's go and build this one. I am in Visual Studio Code Editor. I have three files: index.html, style.css and app.js, which are all empty. First we'll write HTML. Go to index.html. Here exclamation mark, hit enter or tab button, which gives basic markup. Now change title, modal. Now link CSS file, that is style.css. Shortcut is link : CSS. Now link JavaScript file. I'll create a comment here, Ctrl/2 create comment. Our JavaScript file name is app.js. Now, inside body tag, first we'll create a button. When we click on this button, pop-up should appear. Our model should appear. For that, I'll create a button with ID show model button. Text also show model. Text means buttons label text. Okay. After this, we'll create a container which covers full viewport. This is not actual model, but this is a container. Okay. To give transparent background color. For that, div model container. Inside this, we'll create our actual model. Okay. This one should cover full viewport width with the transparent background color. Now create another div for our actual model. And inside this we'll have two parts. One part is for header and close button, another part for model description. For header part, I'm creating another div with model header. Inside this header we'll have h3 for title. Model demo. Later we'll create a button with ID close model btn. Inside this, as a text, I'll insert a HTML code to display cross symbol. Here I'm not using any icons or images. Symbol. I'm using HTML code, that is this one. Okay. Now after this one, that means model header, will create our model description. For that I'll use another div model description. Here I'll use lorem random text 50 words. Hit enter. That's it. Our markup is done. Now I'm using live server. To open with live server, here right click and open with live server. See, this is our first button, show model. Later this is our h3 tag. Later we have button. Inside this button we have cross symbol because we inserted a HTML code. Later some random text. Okay. This is our HTML. Now, I actually increased my page zoom in size. Okay. So if you see anything bigger or smaller, it's because I increased the page size, and I'm giving paddings and margins based on my screen resolution. So feel free to change it according to your screen resolution or needs. And one more thing I want to tell you this is a beginner's project. Actually, we use rem units to give margins or page widths, all those things. But here I'm using pixels. But in real world applications, we use rem units. Maybe later in videos I'll cover that topic. For now, let's move on. Go to editor. Here, right click and split right. And here, click it here to enable this window and select your CSS file, that is style.css. Now close this window. To do that, Ctrl B is the shortcut key. Okay, first I'll give some basic styles. Now first we'll style our show modal button. It is an ID, so use hash symbol to select an ID in CSS file. Show modal button. Here I will increase the font size so that we can see it clearly. 30 pixels maybe. And padding all sides 10 pixels. That's it. Let's go and check. See, it is big now. This one. And go to editor. Later what we have modal container. As I said, I'll use this one to cover full viewport. If you don't know what is viewport, I'll explain later. Now we want to cover this full viewport width and height. Inside our model is there. We'll center it inside this modal container. Okay. Once I done that, you will understand. For now, we'll style this one. It is a class, so use dot. Now I'll give background color, not background color, I'll use background image to give transparent background color. I'll use linear gradient. It takes 2 colors. I'll use RGBA. And give alpha values 0.7 for first color, and later second color. This time give alpha value 0.9 maybe. We'll check. Save this one and let's go and check. Now you see, this is our model container. Okay. Now inside this we have our actual model. We'll position this model container to cover our full viewport width. If you don't know what is viewport, viewport is visible area of our page. Generally our pages are longer than what we see or wider than what we see, but a part of page we can see always because that is inside viewport. That means whatever inside viewport we are able to see. Okay, that is viewport. Now we will change this model container position to fixed. Fixed means generally, first I'll tell you one thing. This all HTML elements here all have position static. That means it's default position. Okay. Static means how you declare them in this code, the way they appear on the page. See, first we declared body, then it appears first, later button, later this div, later this one, like that. So the order is static. That means how you write the code, the way they appear on the screen, on the page, that is position static. Okay. Now if you want to change it to give some different value like position fixed or relative or absolute or sticky, you can do that. Once you change it from static to non-static, you can use another 4 properties: top, left, right, bottom. Okay. Now position fixed means here we are positioning this model container relative to viewport. Okay. So where we want to position this model container related to viewport, that means we can use that 4 other properties. As I said you, top 0, that means viewport 0 our element should start, and left of viewport 0 our element should start. Okay. Now let's go and check. See, this is viewport starting, right, on top, and left 0, it started. Okay. Now what we'll do, will give width of this element to cover 100% viewport width, and height also cover 100%, sorry, not 100%, 100 viewport height. Okay. Now let's go and check. See, it covered full viewport like this. This is too dark. I think I will decrease this alpha value to 9 to 8 maybe. Save this one. Let's go and check. See, go back to editor. Here you see, this is very important to know. Position fixed. Okay. By default, all HTML elements have position static. If you want to change its position based on your needs, you can. We have few values: fixed, absolute, relative, sticky. Okay. So here fixed means we can position an element to, relative to viewport. Okay. Then once you change the position from static to something else, you have 4 other properties available to use. One is top, left, right, bottom. Here we use only 2. That's okay. We don't need another 2. Okay. Later what we have done, we gave width of this element to cover full viewport width and height full viewport height. That means wherever we are on our page, once we show this model container, this is always visible because we are position this element related to viewport and we cover this element full viewport. Okay. That is why we use fixed. Now move on. Now we'll style this model. Okay. Here it is a class, use dot. First I'll change background color. Full white, and save it, and let's go and check. See, that is our actual model which is inside this transparent background. Now go back to editor. I'll change its width to 600 pixels max. Let's check. See, this is how it looks. Now we want to center this model inside its parent. Okay, who is its parent? This is transparent background color, right? Let's go to editor. See, this one is its parent. Okay, model container. Now what I'll do, I'll change its display to flex. Later, to center anything inside flex container, use justify content center and align items center. Now save this one. Let's go and check. See, our model is centered horizontally and vertically. Now we'll style this model. Inside this we have model header and model description, 2 parts, right? Let's go to editor where they are. This part, we'll style first this part. Okay, model header. Inside this model, you can observe we have h3 tag and a button, direct child elements. Okay. Now we'll display this as flex. Okay. Why? Because without this you can see, save it. Let's go and check. See, this h3 tag is a block element. That's why it took full width, and our button came to next line. We don't want that. We want these 2 on same line, horizontal line. For that, I'm using display flex. If you don't know flex, I highly recommend you should learn flex. Once we declared this model header as a flex container, the child elements of this model header, that means h3 and button, will become flex items. Now, by default, they will be aligned on row, that means horizontal line. If you want to tell, you can tell explicitly. Flex direction is the property name. Row, that means they are placed next to each other on horizontal line. Now let's go and check. See, our h3 and cross symbol are on same line. Okay. Now go back to editor. Now use justify content, space between. Let's go and check. See, one is pushed to left, one is pushed to right. If you don't know how this works, I will explain quickly. Now you see, we declared flex direction row. Whether you declare it or not, by default it is row. Okay. Now you can declare column as well. That means vertical line. Okay. One below another will be placed our flex items. Now based on this flex direction, okay, whether it is a row or column, that is our main axis. We call it main axis. And the justify content only works on main axis. Okay, that's the important thing. And the space between means it will push one item to start, one item to end. Remaining items will share equal space on right side and left side. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. The thing is, first we need to find out what is our main axis. How we know that? We know what is our flex direction is. Whether you declare it explicitly row, that is our main axis. If you don't specify anything, still it is row. Okay, that is default value. Sorry about that. Now, once you know our main axis, we can use justify content, because justify content works on main axis. Space between means, you know that one is pushed to start, one is pushed to right, remaining items will take equal space in between. Now the point is, the thing is, if for example, our flex direction is column, let's say that. Now how our items are aligned? On a vertical line, one below another. Then what is our main axis? Vertical line. Okay, then that means justify context works on vertical line. Okay, that is the important thing to know. Now one item will be pushed to top if it is vertical line, one item will be pushed to bottom, remaining items will take equal space. Okay, that is all about main axis, and justify content works on main axis. We have another axis, cross axis, but in this video I am not covering that one. This is very important, and many beginners really get confused about this one, but it's actually easy. The thing is, know what is your main axis. To know what is our main axis, what is our flex direction. That's it. Okay, and justify content works on main axis. Now let's move on. Save this one. Let's go and check. See, now what we'll do, we'll give some background color to this model header. Sorry, background color cyan, and we'll give top and bottom padding. Top and bottom maybe 10 pixels, left and right 0 for now. Let's go and check. See, this is how it looks. Okay, I think left and right also will give 10 pixels. Here change it to 10 pixels. Save it. Let's go and check. See, it looks okay to me now. Now we'll give some, this one, these edges are too sharp. Okay, we'll make them curve. To do that, we go to model here, this one, and border radius, give 5 pixels. Save it. Let's go and check. See, it is now little curve here. Here it is not showing that curve because this model header is popping out from this one. Okay, for to stop that one, use model here, overflow hidden. That's it. Let's go and check. Now it seems okay to me. Now what we'll do, we'll style this button. I think we don't need to style this one, this h3 tag. Okay, we'll style this button. Where is this button? Here, this button with ID. So use hash symbol, close. First I'll give some padding, all sides 10 pixels, maybe 5 pixels. Okay, 5 is enough. And background color transparent, and font size, we will increase the font size to 20 pixels. Then our cross symbol looks big. See, this is how it looks. I don't know why this border is here. Yeah, because our buttons have this embossing. I don't know the word, but let's remove the borders. Okay, border none. That will remove that one, and it looks flat on our screen. It's already has transparent background color. Okay, this is how it looks now. This part is done. Finally, we'll do styling for this model description. Okay, now you see here we are this one. Now padding top and bottom 25 pixels and left and right 10 pixels, and save it, and let's go and check. See, this is how it looks. Okay, 10 pixels here and 20 pixels here. Now the thing is, we styled our page. Now what we'll do, we'll add functionality to our page. First, go to browser. Here you see, when we click here, we have a button, and it should show this transparent background color, and inside this we have a child model. Okay, so what we'll do, when we click, we show this whole container, model container. Inside this we have our actual model. That means it is also visible. When we close this button, when we click on this button, we not only close this model but whole container. Okay, that's what we do. Before we do that, first thing is, when we load our page, we don't want to show this model straight away. That means its default position should be hidden. For that, go to editor. Where is our model container? Here we are, and here we'll use visibility hidden. Okay, now in order to show this one, I'll create another class, show model. Okay, here we simply change visibility to visible. That's it. Now we add this class dynamically. Copy this one. We add this class dynamically from JavaScript to this container. Okay, when we click on the show model button, we add like this. First thing, we don't add it here. Let's go and check. We hide this one by default. Okay, this is how it looks. When we click on this button, okay, we access this div and we add this class here. Okay, show model. Then it should be visible. See, this is how it is going to look. When we remove this class from this element from JavaScript, see, this is how it looks. Okay, we do these things when we click on this button. Go to editor, Ctrl B to open file window, and here select JavaScript file, and again Ctrl B to close this file window. Now in order to add functionality, we need to access first this show model button, later this model container, later a button, this one, close model button. These three elements we need in our JavaScript. I will slightly decrease this font size. For that, Control minus. Okay, I hope you can see it clearly. Now we accessed all our elements. Show model button, later model container, later close model button. Okay, first we'll add event listener to show model button. Add event listener. Event is click, and when this click happens, we write callback method, and this will be executed. Here, access our model container. Dot class list is the object we are going to use, and this class list object contains many methods, and one of them is add. All these class list objects take class names without dot. If you put dot, it won't work. Okay, we are going to add show model class. Basically, what we did here, we are adding this show model class to this model container. That means, as I showed you before, here we are adding. Okay. Now, important thing is this class list methods take class names without dot. We have few important methods: add, remove, contain, toggle. All will take without dot class names. Okay. Save this one. Let's go and check. Now click here. Model will appear like that. Okay. Now when we click this button, this cross symbol, behind it we have a button, right? We should not only close this model but all this container. Okay, model container. Go back to editor. Here we'll write close model button and add event listener. The event is click, and when that happened, we'll write a callback method, and that callback method will be executed. Now this time same again access model container dot class list object dot remove. This time, okay, remove. The class name is show model. That's it. Save this one. Let's go and check. Now I click, model will appear like this. When I click here, model will disappear. Okay, like this. Finally, I want to do one more thing. That is, you see this title is this left side. Okay, I want to position this one in the center. Okay, let's go to editor. Here, we are this one, right? H3, and we have button, and we declared this model header as a, I'll show you here, model header as a flex container. That means these all items will become flex items. Later we give flex direction to row, and that is our main axis. Later we give justify content. As I said earlier, one item will be pushed to start, one item will be pushed to end, remaining items will take equal space. But here what happened, we have only two elements, right? H3 and button. That's why one is pushed to start, one is pushed to end. Now we'll create a placeholder element. This is just that means we have three elements, right? With span, we don't give any text. Then this span will be pushed to start, and this button will be pushed to end, and this will be placed center. That is the simple trick. Okay, let's go and check. Now click here. See, actually we have span here, but we can't see it. Okay, this is just simple trick, and that's it for today's video. I hope you like it. If you like it, please give a like, and please consider subscribing my channel.